2025 at 5:50 p.m. at Lewisburg City Hall, 131 East Church Street, followed by the regular meeting at 6 p.m. The public hearing will be to hear comments and opinions concerning the following. 1. Consider approval of second reading of Ordinance 25-12, or ordinance request for rezoning property located at unaddressed Old Farmington Road, map 057, parcel 094.00, within the corporate city limits of the city of Lewisburg, from C2 intermediate business to R2 medium residential. Planning Commission gave a favorable recommendation by a vote 5-0. Owners are Chesney and Raymond Joseph Gold.
Okay, if you wish to address this, please come to the podium and state your name and your address. There's a 3-minute time limit, but we don't enforce that legally. We're not going to stop you in mid-sentence. So if you wish to speak to that, please come forward. This is out National Highway. Anyone? If not, we have 9 minutes to visit. Enjoy yourself, unless somebody comes up.
Whatever you prefer. The same interruption. It's a different.
I can send that information to you. If we have enough, we'll go ahead and do it.
Let's go with that.
Just have $20.
On our
Thank you, sir.
capitalization.
I think this is second. Yeah.
I don't really, I do it sometimes when watching the news because you know, a 2-minute story to drag out for 2 minutes. I got all I needed to know in the first 2 minutes. I can do that and listen at the same time. People from low to there are a lot of roads. James Hook. What's his name? Oh, they fly everything. Another son of Jim. And the lady.
I think it's been brought to us before. The same thing. We need a permit of some sort to do that. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It's just the ordinance prohibits the discharge. There needs to be some way to get around the ordinance rule that specific. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, they want to have the turkey show. Okay. Well,
Yeah, no, I'm good with whatever.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
My only
Okay.
recommendation
Hey, Chris.
would be that they have a safety officer associated with you, make sure they check.
yeah, I'll look and see how Fayetteville gets around it and what their permit is, and if we need a resolution to establish a permit as an exception to the ordinance or an ordinance, then we probably get that in October, November, and I'll put it on my list tomorrow.
Fundraiser, I don't have a problem. It's been wrong before. I just,
Okay.
if they don't figure out somewhere that the ordinance would prohibit the functions.
Well, we could raise a lot of funds, let them have it, and then ticket them all.
I said, I hadn't heard that. That's Jeremy. That's Jeremy. Yeah. Yeah. And he's that's his I haven't seen this month's agenda, but it hadn't been. Well, no, Hell had that. I voted no against it. Hell had that hand-drawn flag. It passed. He wanted to take part of the acreage. He wants to leave a big hunk. All right, half it. He wanted to leave half. And then the other half, he wanted to have 10 storefronts. But he couldn't tell you what stores were going in there, so I voted against it. Because a dry cleaner's not going in there, a deli's not going in there. You know, what's going in there? And they're all 1 acre lots, 10 of them. But I was the only one who voted against it. It passed, but it's not on the agenda. Yeah. You know, other than what else is going on there? It's not like you have a lot of traffic on that street. And
I read something today where like city council was getting ready to vote on an entertainment district.
well, you know, Woolworth Store's got all that whole market wrapped up. So I don't know. If we got a break, it's going to go down in the audience and talk to somebody, and I sure can't remember who it was or what I was going to say.
Just close
Jacob's not here. Have you talked to him?
I talked to him about that last week I talked to him.
Is he okay?
because I moved mine to.
Oh, so he's been out.
I didn't want to grab it because I moved mine over here.
Does he need help? Oh, no.
You did have yours.
I mean, I make sure people can hear me. I'd be doing my P's or like. Is everybody's mic on? Everybody's mic on? I believe so.
Turn your mic on.
No, just so you know, I turned my on just a minute. We was just doing it.
Yours ain't on. Your mic on.
Siri, cancel alarm.
I turned off your 6 p.m. alarm.
Oh, such an obedient.
What time is it?
5:59.
It's 6 p.m., so it's time to begin our regular council meeting, and we want to welcome everyone. We're going to ask Ronald Robertson to say the prayer for us. We have several on the prayer list. If there's anybody else that wants to do that, and then Captain Cook is going to do the pledge, so can we stand, please?
Okay, good evening, everyone. May we bow to the Lord, go to the Lord in prayer. Our Father, as always, we give you honor and glory. As we come to you tonight, we do have a list of family members and members that we ask you to put your hands around them and comfort them. Have Don McCullough family, Phyllis Ewan, Jackie Sharp family, Sarah Stacy family, Tony White family, Melvin Willoughby family, Lucille DeMasters, Lanham family, Billy Osmond family, Bobby Webb family, Howard Childress family, and Randy Hanson. Lord, we ask you to bless these people in the way that's needed. Some are sick, some are bereaved. And Lord, there are probably others that we don't have on this list that also need prayer and need your help, and ask that you give them what they need to have a better life, that they may, if they're sick, that they will get well. If the bereaved families, help them to get over their losses. Lord, as we come to you tonight, we ask you for prayer for each and every one of us, because we all fall short of what you would like us to be. We ask you for forgiveness of any sins that we've done and any wrongdoing that we've done. We also, Lord, ask you to be with us tonight as we're here at this meeting. Be with the committee, the councilman, the mayor, the managers, the attorneys, and the people who are here that are interested in what's going on in this city. Continue to pray for this city, this county, not only this city and this county, but this world. Pray that every one of us remember that there's someone higher than us as we make decisions. Try to make the right decisions and try to do the right things. We ask that you just bless us all through this night. Bless us, give us safe passage back home, and just pray that you continue to guide us and protect us. In your name, amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ronald and Lonnie, thank you both for doing that for us. Go ahead.
Whereas the mayor and council wishes to allow the citizens of Lewisburg to voice their opinions, concerns, or comments, etc., and whereas the Lewisburg City Council holds a regular meeting the second Tuesday of each month. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the city of Lewisburg that, number one, citizens will be allowed to address the council during citizens' input. Number two, citizens address the council must abide by the following guidelines. A, name, address be given for the record. B, give subject matter description. C, understand there will be no voting. D, 3 minutes maximum time to speak. E, address the council, not the audience. F, no personal attacks. G, no religious comments. H, no more than 3 minutes, 3 times on the same subject. Once the meeting is adjourned, we ask that everyone exit the meeting room and the property in a timely manner. Thank you.
So anyone who wishes to address the council, would you come forward, state your name, and give us your address?
My name is Jerry Henry, address 1578 Wade Brown Road, Lewisburg. Good afternoon to the mayor, city manager, councilmen, and councilwomen. I would like to thank you so very much for your passing of and personally funding the sign at Jones Field in honor of my father, Willie J. Mitchell. This is truly a great honor, not only for the Mitchell family, but also for the Lewisburg community that knew my father, and about his commitment to preserving Jones Field, and also as city councilman for 12 years serving the people of Marshall County. Most of you sitting up there knew my father. I knew of him, such as Mr. Robinson, which I look at him and our friend Pork Chop as my extended brothers because we lived in the same neighborhood and played together daily since I was a certified tomboy. I believe Daddy helped Mr. Robinson to change his career when Daddy gave him his first job in construction business, because after pushing around that mortar all day, he found out real quick that wasn't the future for him. So Mrs. Michaels may not have had the pleasure of meeting my dad, but I know that she have probably heard about him. Then you have Mr. Crutcher, that Daddy probably refereed some of his football games. But what some of you may not know of about Mr. Crutcher, and that he was one of the best athletes to come through Marshall County in football and basketball. Now, we all know that one person doesn't play the game by themselves, and that you have your teammates on the team, but I'll tell you this. When the game was tight and you needed someone to step up and make a play or make something happen, well, Mr. Shannon would take it upon himself to do just that. I saw him do it many times in junior high and high school. Then you have Mr. Hazlett, that played golf with my father on several occasions. Mr. Burns and I graduated high school together and knew of my father then, and also worked together when both were working with the city. And Mr. Bingham got to know and work with my father as well for several years, with my father being a councilman. I only wish that Councilman Thomas had had the opportunity to have met my father and gotten to know him. With that said, you may wonder why I always refer back and say all of these things about my father, and that's why. But I always tell people that I'm not perfect, and my father wasn't a perfect man, as none of us are. But because he was so well known in the community and so involved in sports, having refereed high school football for 56 years, and through those years, before you really had any scouts to come and look at the boys on the football team, my father was responsible for getting football scholarships for about 18 players throughout the state of Tennessee. And because of the many years of sports and community involvement, he was inducted into the TSSAA Hall of Fame in 2017. But also, along with my father, I will have to give thanks to God for having such a loving family and upbringing. I had such a supportive mother that was responsible for making sure the household ran smoothly. I grew up in a time that the fathers were the workers and most moms were stay-at-home mothers. My sister, Veronica Childress, taught 4th grade here in Marshall County for 12 years before doing another 18 years in Smyrna schools before retiring, and a brother that graduated high school at Jones High School, then played college football at the notable Grambling State University in Louisiana, and continued another 3-year stint in the NFL as a walk-on with the Washington Redskins, making him the first athlete in football from Marshall County to make it to the pros. And I was on the first girls basketball team at Marshall County High School to win the girls state championship in '72, making honors of All-Mid-State and then All-American my freshman year at Belmont College. I have been in the Marshall County school system for over 35 years in several capacities, including head basketball coach at Marshall County, and currently at the central office as an attendance specialist for Cornersville schools, and working at Jones Park for the last 32 years during the summers. Now, going back to my father and his association with Jones Park, for at least 60 years, and when I say this, I look back at the George family and think about Coach George, because Coach George did the same thing that I'm about to say about my father. My father, for about 60 years, my father took care of Jones Field by dragging the infield each day to keep it ready for play. He sponsored and coached baseball, men's softball, and women's softball. He did this for the many years because he would say, I want something for the young people to participate in and to entertain the community in hopes of keeping our youth involved in sports that would hopefully keep them off the streets and out of trouble by keeping them occupied and reinforcing another form of discipline that they would get by being a team player under his guidance. And Mr. Robinson can back me up on this one. My father back in the day provided pretty much any sports equipment needed, from any and all baseball, softball equipments, basketballs, any sports equipment needed. And he kept all of these things in an outside storage building, and the kids would come to our house when they wanted to use it. And it was based on an honor system. My poor mother had to go through kids knocking on the door 365 days of the year for them to tell her when they were going to get these things, and then they would come back after they had finished and knock on the door again to return it. We were the recreation center before the recreation center. Also, with my father owning his construction business, he employed many young men throughout the 40 years in business. Many youth worked during the summer to earn money for their going back to high school or to college. My father would employ any and all that needed a job for school or to support their families, and he employed any and all races. There could be much more said and stories told about my father, but I am just so proud of the person he was and how much he loved the people and community of Marshall County and served with honor and dignity as city councilman for 12 years. So thank you all for making this happen, and I pray that this city council can work together to make our town a place to look up to and to offer growth and prosperity to our town and to the city employees and departments. Thank you.
Hey, Jerry, you left out a couple things. Willie J was my baseball coach, and he changed my career in Bill Haywood's because we was throwing up brick to him when Mansard House up beside the recreation center was built. So I know Willie J very well.
Yep, I know you do. I know you did. Thank you so much.
Okay, anyone else wish to speak?
Hi, my name is Caitlin Wiley. I live at 947 Maple Street, Lewisburg, Tennessee. I'm the choir director at Marshall County High School, a new mother of a 3-month-old girl and a resident in Lewisburg. This might not be a really big deal to you guys, but I've been dealing with this for the past couple of months, so I thought I would at least talk about it or try to make some change eventually. Before getting pregnant, I would take my dogs out on walks so they can get some exercise and relieve themselves. However, I got pregnant back in October of last year, and at that time I knew that my baby and my safety was going to be an issue. There have been several loose dogs in my neighborhood, and on several occasions my husband and I have been attacked. Most recently was by an Australian Shepherd about a few weeks before I gave birth. We've gotten pepper spray and everything else that we needed, but we knew that having the baby and me taking the dogs out on the walks while holding the baby was going to be an issue, especially of the concern with the animals in the neighborhood. So we built a fence. I want to point out that I'm a teacher, and as most people know, that teachers don't make a ton of money, but I love what I do, so it's worth it. My husband's a blue-collar worker, and he's also going to school right now to be a nurse. We don't have a lot of money, and frankly, especially because of all of our recent finances, we don't have a lot in the savings either. We needed a fence to build, and we needed it to be affordable. Luckily, my dad was there to help me build it, so I didn't have to pay for people to come and help me build it out in the front. And so we didn't have to pay for labor costs, so we built a fence. But the one that we built isn't in line with code. We were asked why we didn't build it in the backyard, and there was several issues with building it in the backyard. Take 3 different doors to get all the way in the backyard, and there's a ton of rock, so we would have had to pay for power tools in order to break down the rock and get to the bottom to where we can even place any wood or anything else, chain link fence, down into the ground. So that was not going to be an option that we could even afford or possibly do. So the front yard was our best and most affordable and necessary option. there are apparently a lot of codes to do with fences in our area. I moved here because I could afford it. I moved and bought my house about 3 years ago. And as a teacher, I see how my students struggle financially every day. And I'm not saying that building a fence would be something that every family would want or need, but there needs to be more affordable options for fences in the area. And personally, I think our goal here should be to ensure for healthy conditions and safety, and not necessarily by looks. And in all honesty, I really do think that my fence is beautiful. Additionally, I want to say that my yard is probably the least of concern. I actually drove past a house today because I wanted to double check and see if it was still there. There's been a house that has had a porta potty in the front yard for probably about 2 years. And houses that have trash that I've seen and other things in other yards in my neighborhood as well. So I'm disappointed, frustrated, and I've already spent too much money, and I have now medical debt on top of that I have to spend to fix my fence. I am going to do my best. I've been trying to save up some money so that I can fix it, and I've been given until October 20th to fix it, and so I'm working on it right now. But I hope that you take my consideration later on for other people, because this has been really frustrating for me and my family, especially financially. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yeah,
My name is Edith Sept. I live at 1292 Globe Road. I want to speak about the speed limit proposal that you all have on the docket tonight. I travel Mooresville Highway at least twice a day, 6 days a week, each day. The speed limit reducing to 45 at the electric substation and reducing to 30 at the apartments makes no sense. If you're coming from the high school on the bypass, a 2-lane road where the speed limit is 45, and turn onto Mooresville Highway, a 5-lane road that the state spent millions of dollars to build for the landfill and the industrial park, you go from 45 to 30 miles per hour. That's just crazy. I've heard some say that when the traffic light's installed that it may be difficult to stop. If you can't come to a stop from 45 miles per hour, you probably should turn in your license. I'm sure that there will be a road sign that says traffic light ahead, maybe even a flashing light to tell us when the light's red. I ask that you vote to roll back the speed limits to the original speeds, make it 45 beginning at the apartments, and make it 30 by El Hadin, the Mexican restaurant. Although I wouldn't mind if you made the speed limit on Commerce 40 miles per hour, but that's an argument for another day. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hello, Jeremy George, 2206 Wilson Hill Road. Ms. Henry, I appreciate you saying that. I've worked for Rec Center for years, trying to keep that course in good shape, and then we took care of Jones Park as well and took pride in that, so thank you for that memory. I'm also here about the speed limit. I know things change. Lewisburg's growing. But sometimes things don't need to change. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And so that is not, it's just not practical. When you're coming down a hill, going 45 onto this big highway, trying to continuously slow down, and then speed up at 55 at the bottom of that hill. So vice versa, I don't know who proposed that. Sometimes it feels like one or two people make a proposition and then things get voted on and change. But I know there's a lot of folks that it just doesn't make much sense to have that speed limit the way it is. So I propose it goes back to where it was. I guess the question is, where does it turn 30? It used to turn 30 right there at the Volunteer Fire Department, El Jardín kind of area. So if it does change 45 to 55 and 30 to 45, I'm curious where that 30 starts. So, thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Anyone? Nobody else? Okay, I'm going to break, since we're talking about that intersection, I'm going to break a brief announcement about that. That the traffic signal has taken several years to get to the point that has been let to contract, along with striping on certain major roads. That traffic signal and the striping is funded under federal funds that are given to cities of 5,000 or more on a 80-20 basis, unless it's safety. The total project, including all the engineering and the NEPA files, it's a project of a little over $1 million. Consequently, had we developed it as a non-safety project, city taxpayers would have to pay over $200,000 to match that. As it was, since the state of Tennessee and the Federal Highway Administration's concurrence, it was deemed a safety project, which means zero match. Now, we have to use, those funds are allocated, and if you don't use them in a timely manner, they're redistributed. Now, if you have say a paving project, which on important city streets, you can do paving, but you have to, on that, it's not safety, so you have to put up 20%. So we have another project with signs that has also been designated as safety. It's zero match. So there is one small match on the traffic signal, which is supposed to be completed by June, and the striping is supposed to start this week. But there's a crosswalk that they said that wasn't covered under safety. Now, I'm still puzzled over that, but that was $30,000, of which we had to put up $6,000. So on this $1 million plus project, our local taxpayers are out something like $6,000. So I think that's being good stewards of the money of the citizens of Lewisburg, and I'm so glad it's taken a lot of patience to get to this point, but it's finally here. So they're saying May, but June at the latest that the signal will be activated. So, having said that, is there any other announcements anybody wants to make? Gina?
Item 3, approval of the minutes, August 12th, 2025, and August 22nd, 2025.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Councilwoman Michael makes a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Councilman Ronald Robertson seconds that motion. Is there discussion? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Michael?
Aye.
Councilman Thomas?
Aye.
Councilman Burns?
Aye.
Councilman Robertson?
Aye.
Councilman Crutcher?
Thank you, Gina.
Item 4, approval of August 2025 bills and July 2025 financial statement.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Michael makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Councilwoman Thomas seconds that motion. Is there discussion? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Michael?
Aye.
Councilman Thomas?
Aye.
Councilman Burns?
Aye.
Councilman Robertson?
Aye.
Councilman Crutcher?
Thank you.
Item 5, old business. A, consider approval of first reading of ordinance 2511, ordinance adopting the International Property Maintenance Code, which will replace Chapter 13 of the Municipal Code in its entirety. Ordinance 25-11 was deferred until September's council meeting 2025.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Thomas makes the motion. Is there a second?
Mr. Hutto, you want to speak up on this?
Well,
It
do we
might-
need a second first? I'll second.
Is there,
Now you can speak.
Well, I think.
Councilwoman Michael seconds the motion. Is now discussion. Mr. Hutto?
Yes, I think the planning director has comments about this ordinance, and I believe, based on conversations based with him, we'd like to defer it further so that we get address the concerns of Public Works. And defer it till November.
So you're recommending it to be deferred?
I am. That's, we've had some requests from Public Works to, on the grass height issue, and then we also want to make sure we have the right language, the complete language for repeat offenders as well.
Right, because that's what I caught up on. There was no wording on repeat offenders where we had already amended this one right here. It should be included in that. That's what I wrote in my notes, that this was going to be part of the amendment.
I thought that's why we delayed it until now.
But it was left out. I read it, and there's nothing about repeat offenders in there, so.
So is the proper procedure, if you're recommending we defer it, to make that motion, or do this motion to see if it passes or fails, the motion that's on the board?
Let's see.
This motion's been made and seconded to approve it.
Can't they withdraw their motions and then somebody make a motion to defer it? Can you-
That's what I'm asking Mr. Hutto.
We could just simply, I guess, vote to withdraw the motion or request that it be withdrawn, and then defer it because, rather than having someone having made the motion to approve it, although it would need a second reading next month, but,
Now, Councilwoman Thomas made the motion, did she?
Yes. So you're saying defer until November?
yes.
Are you willing to defer your motion?
I
Counsel?
would request to defer my motion or
With-
withdraw my
withdraw
motion.
your
Withdraw,
motion.
yeah.
Withdraw.
Vicki?
I second that.
Okay, well, it's withdrawn. There's no vote necessary for that, is there?
No.
Okay, we need a motion to defer till November.
I will make that motion.
Councilwoman Thomas makes that motion. Is there a second?
And I'll second.
Councilwoman Michael seconds that motion. Is there further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Michael?
Aye.
Councilman Thomas?
Aye.
Councilman Burns?
Aye.
Councilman Robertson?
Aye.
Councilman Crutcher?
Thank you. Gina?
5, item B, consider approval of second reading ordinance 2512, a ordinance request for rezoning property located at unaddressed Old Farmington Road, map 057, parcel 094.00, within the corporate city limits of City of Lewisburg from C2 intermediate business to R2 medium residential. Planning Commission gave a favorable recommendation vote of 5-0. Owners Chesney, Raymond, Joseph Gold.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Michael makes a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Councilman Ronald Robinson seconds that motion. Is there discussion?
Yeah, Mayor, I still have concerns about if they raise the elevations on that property, will it not throw water off on the other surrounding properties? Because some of the neighbors have expressed concern.
Chris, do you wish to address that?
Basically, this is just a rezoning request, but when they submit the site plans, we will have drainage calculations and we will take that into consideration. Right now, we don't have a any kind of data to show that.
This is not permission to build on it, because at intermediate business, he could put a store there. I mean,
I understand, but
it's changing it to residential.
Whether there's a store there or not,
Right.
still gonna have to have elevation
I
change.
agree, but that's not what this issue pertains to.
But his issue be throwing water on somebody else's property. That's why I asked the question.
Yeah, we're still in the early stages. We haven't received anything from the engineers about it. It's still, right now, I would be just guessing on it. We haven't received any kind of drawings about it yet.
It has to meet the requirements regarding the floodplain and the floodway.
Correct, yes, sir.
And there are certain requirements about balancing the cut and fill. And of course, the dwellings have to be at least a foot, finished floor at least a foot above the flood elevation. And if they don't meet those requirements,
Correct.
then it can't be approved.
The mayor is correct.
Further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Michael?
Aye.
Councilman Thomas?
Aye.
Councilman Burns?
No.
Councilman Robinson?
Aye.
Councilman Crutcher?
Thank you. Next up, Gina.
6, new business, item A, consider approving trade in of vehicles, 1996 GMC 2500 and a 1999 Ford F-350, which are out of service, to purchase a newer truck for Public Works.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Councilman Burns makes that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Councilman Robertson seconds that motion. Is there discussion? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Michael?
Aye.
Councilman Thomas?
Aye.
Councilman Burns?
Aye.
Councilman Robinson?
Aye.
Councilman Crutcher?
Thank you. Next item, Gina.
6B, consider approval of Resolution 2520, Lewisburg Electric System Mutual Resolution, which sets the payments for in lieu of taxes to the City of Lewisburg for fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2026.
Councilman Burns, do you wish to make that
Sure,
motion?
I'd love to. Motion to accept the funds for the Lewisburg Electric System in the amount of $483,964.79 to the City of Lewisburg, and to Marshall County, $140,505.91.
Do I have a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
Councilwoman Thomas seconds that motion. Is there discussion? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Michael?
Aye.
Councilman Thomas?
Aye.
Councilman Burns?
Aye.
Councilman Robinson?
Aye.
Councilman Crutcher?
Thank you. Gina.
6C, consider approval of Resolution 25-21, a capital note authorization resolution in the amount of $1,550,000 for capital improvement expenditures, which was prepared by the City of Lewisburg financial consultant, Mr. John Warner of Cumberland Securities.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Michael makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Councilman Crutcher seconds the motion. Is there discussion? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Michael?
Aye.
Councilman Thomas?
No.
Councilman Burns?
No.
Councilman Robertson?
Aye.
Councilman Crutcher?
Thank you. Gina.
6D, consider approval of Resolution 25-22, a resolution to establish a city building committee for the City of Lewisburg for future capital building projects.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Thomas makes the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Councilman Robinson seconds that motion. Is there discussion? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Michael?
Aye.
Councilman Thomas?
Aye.
Councilman Burns?
Aye.
Councilman Robinson?
Aye.
Councilman Crutcher.
Aye.
Thank you. Gina?
Item 6E, consider approval of Resolution 25-23, a resolution to modify the traffic control device at the intersection of 2nd Avenue North and College Street. Also will improve the traffic flow on 2nd Avenue North.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Councilman Robertson makes the motion. Is there a second?
I second.
Councilman Crutcher seconds the motion. Is there discussion?
Yeah, Mayor, I've sent you some things, everybody should have it, and it's in front of everybody. This little rendering of the intersection and going out Second Avenue. The people in Phase 2, it's a green light for 22 seconds. Then it phases to College Street for a green light to 7 seconds. Then other College Street, 4 seconds. You yellow to 3.5, 3.5, and 3 in red. So this was turned down when Miss Harwell was here. I don't know why we need to change it, because you're stopping there very frequently and it doesn't last long. And I'd like to hear what either the state of Tennessee says about it and also our Public Works Department. Because I don't know if it needs to be changed.
Further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Whoa.
I'm
I'd
sorry.
like to know about
I'm sorry?
what our Public Works thinks about it, and also the state of Tennessee, if we know.
The state of Tennessee does not have to concur in that.
It's a state highway. Okay, could we hear from Public Works?
What is it would you like to know? I mean, as far as public work goes, we haven't had no complaints about that intersection, if that's what you're asking.
Well, would you recommend changing it or leaving it as it is?
Anytime you change traffic, you're gonna have accidents and things like that. I mean, a lot of people are used to that intersection the way it is. I mean, it's up to y'all if y'all want to change it or not, but my opinion, I mean, if you're gonna change traffic flow and all that, I would leave it the same, unless there's a reason behind the change, which I don't know. I mean, is there?
The traffic signals will still remain, and the traffic signals will, on the side street, be red, flashing red with a stop sign. And the Second Avenue will be flashing yellow.
But if you have a car coming out of that one, not Second Avenue, but the street across from Martin Motors, and then the other one across from Titech, those two drivers can't really see eye to eye with each other. So how do you know which one's going to go and who's going to yield or not? Coming out of because they're offset. Versus if you're doing a regular intersection, you could physically see the driver and make hand motions, hey, I'm going to go, or something like that. I mean, it's up to y'all. But that's just my opinion.
What's the reason for the change, I guess I'm asking?
For I'll answer that part. People are constantly waiting on Second Avenue in a stop condition when those two side streets, there's nobody there. But you have to wait till the first one on a timer meets, and then you got to wait for the other one. And when
22 seconds.
It was maybe a valid point when Hardison School was there, when you had school bus traffic.
Well, that College Street not meeting and not being able to see, we have that situation, I know in my ward in several places, and there are not accidents there. Namely, the one on Holland Avenue with Ashwood and whatever that cross street is, they don't match either. And there has not been an accident there since I've been involved with that ward.
Well, no, and I'm just saying that it could if we make a change to it, is all I'm
It could.
saying. That's all I'm saying.
And it could be an accident, whether or
Or
not
it could
we
be
change
one
it or not.
tomorrow, the way it
That's
sits. I mean,
exactly right.
I don't know.
But I guess I'm still not understanding, what's the reason for the change? So I can get it in my head.
To improve traffic flow.
So you don't have to stop on Second Avenue when there's nothing on the two side streets. Further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Michael?
Aye.
Councilman Thomas?
Aye.
Councilman Burns?
No?
Councilman Robinson?
Aye.
Councilman Crutcher?
Thank you. Next.
Item 6F, consider approval of Resolution 25-24, a resolution that will change the speed limit along State Route 373 Mooresville Highway to only 2 speed zones. The speed limit will change at mile marker 7 on Mooresville Highway from current sign of 30 miles per hour to 45 miles per hour, and the current sign of 45 miles per hour will change to 55 miles per hour.
That's the westbound lane.
Outbound.
Out of town.
Outbound.
Outbound of out of town.
Nothing's going to change on the incoming. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Councilman Michael makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Councilman Crutcher seconds that motion. Is there discussion?
Yeah, as I discussed at the work session, I just feel like it needs to be, 45 coming in to at least the water tank and then 30 past the new red light. I don't know. I know people, come over that hill, but out by Walgreens and Kroger's, is that not 45 up until the red lights where you stop? Does anybody know the speed limit by Kroger's and Walgreens? Is that not 45?
Correct.
I know that Cornersville Highway past Walmart is 45, but I don't know what it is in that Shoney's corridor too.
That's 45.
Is it 45? You could put that on next month's agenda because this one does not address inbound, just outbound.
Yes, this is just the outbound, westbound.
Yeah,
going
I'd
towards-
like to go ahead and put it on the next month's agenda for the
Inbound.
inbound. Yes, please.
Further discussion?
Yeah, explain to me, on the outbound, what is it now?
It's, here
30,
you go.
45.
Outbound is 30, 45, 55. And like Ms. Eastep pointed out, you're turning off of Ellington, which is 45, and going immediately into a 30.
Which is a 5-lane facility.
Which is a 5-lane from a 2-lane, but, so.
We're changing 30 to 45.
Right, the way it was before.
Okay.
Further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Michael?
Aye.
Councilman Thomas?
Aye.
Councilman Burns?
Aye.
Councilman Robinson?
Aye.
Councilman Crutcher?
Thank you. Gina?
Aye.
I heard aye.
Item 6G, consider approval of Resolution 25-25, a resolution which will allow the City of Lewisburg to enter into a cooperative purchasing agreement with Omni Partners, which allows the Park and Recreation to purchase new playground equipment.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Councilwoman Michael makes the motion. Is there a second?
Second motion. We ain't trying to get out of here.
Councilman Crutcher seconds that motion. Is there a discussion? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Michael?
Aye.
Councilman Thomas?
Aye.
Councilman Burns?
Aye.
Councilman Robinson?
Aye.
Councilman Crutcher?
Aye.
Thank you. Gina?
Item 6H, consider approval of Resolution 25-26, a resolution that allows the City of Lewisburg to make application for the Tennessee Highway Safety High Visibility Grant in the amount of $10,000 with no local match requirements. The grant provides funding for police officers' overtime and purchasing of equipment that supports highway safety enforcement.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Councilman Burns makes a motion, Councilwoman Thomas seconds that motion. Is there discussion? Call the roll, please.
Councilman Michael?
Aye.
Councilman Thomas?
Aye.
Councilman Burns?
Aye.
Councilman Robinson?
Aye.
Councilman Crutcher.
Aye.
Thank you. Gina?
6I, discussion and execute the city council's motion that was carried out during Friday, August 22nd, 2025, special call meeting in regards to the city manager.
Okay, a discussion is,
Discussion and execute, discuss and execute.
so we're not asking for a motion, we're
Well-
opening it for discussion.
I would like to propose a motion.
Okay?
I would like to make a motion to suspend the city manager for 30 days without pay, regardless of the independent investigation, effective tomorrow, September the 10th. Okay, yeah.
That's the motion.
Well, I need this little piece of paper, but you can have it in a minute?
Yes.
Okay.
Got you.
Is there a second to the motion?
This motion was already approved on August the 22nd. The only difference is between this one and the one that was already carried is that the independent investigation.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am. Well, we gotta
Well,
have a second.
we have to have a second.
We have to have a second.
Would you read it again?
Sure. I would like to make a motion to suspend the city manager for 30 days without pay, regardless of the independent investigation, effective tomorrow, September the 10th.
I'll second it for discussion purposes.
The original motion carried a 2-week fining time for an investigation. 2 weeks was over last Friday. So I would like to go on and carry out the 30-day suspension without pay.
I have two things I'd like to raise. First of all, you keep talking about independent investigation.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you believe that the TBI investigation was not independent? What makes you not have confidence in the TBI?
Because I have not been able to see their records.
And you think that this independent
I don't know.
investigation would be able to do that?
I don't know. It's an HR situation, and I think an independent investigation could dwell deeper into the HR portion of this.
So we have a second? Don't we?
Yeah, Tommy.
Further discussion?
Go, or wait till she's through. Are you
Yeah,
through?
right.
Go ahead. I had another point and it escaped me right there. Go ahead.
That's okay, we can wait if you want.
Hutto, you were supposed to get some information back to us.
Yes,
I haven't heard from you yet. So.
Well, I've reached out to 6 different law firms. I've had 2 actually respond to me. One of them did get an engagement letter to me today that, you know, they estimated there might need to be anywhere from 15 to 40 hours of investigation. I think was their estimate, and then the attorney that would be doing it bills at a rate of $630 an hour. So I'm hopeful that the other letter that I'm expecting tomorrow will be for significantly less, because that's a big expense. The purpose of the investigation is it's not a criminal investigation. We're not investigating any of the criminal charges.
What is the goal of said investigation?
The goal is to look at Lewisburg's personnel policies and procedures, its HR manual, and determine whether or not any actions occurred that violated that HR manual, and whether the city has or has not followed its policies and treated everyone fairly. That is the purpose of that investigation. It's not to assist or hinder or have anything really to do with the criminal and TBI investigation. It's more of an internal investigation that will look at everyone's roles and responsibilities, investigate and talk with the people involved, hopefully, and determine what, if anything, should be done, and if there is, in fact, a breach of the HR policies of the city.
Will they also look at people that have been suspended in the past?
They was found innocent.
Beg your pardon?
They was found innocent. The people in the past that they got rid of or whatnot, they was found innocent. The fire department and the police.
I
they
haven't
was
named
found.
anyone in particular.
Well, you didn't have to, but they was. I'm just telling you, they was found innocent though.
They may, but
Unless you know something we don't know.
Each thing like that expands the scope of their investigation causes it to cost more money. And
I think every situation is different. I mean, I think we can go back on what somebody else has done. Every situation is different.
Yeah.
And I think Lewisburg's been particularly blessed because I'm not aware, and maybe Gina has some more information as to, I don't think there've been a large number of employees that are getting arrested for things, so that there's not a whole lot to look at. And there's certainly not anything statistically meaningful.
In my opinion, I think it's very important for now or the past or the future, that however we handled it, everybody's treated fairly and equal. That's my goal. And did we treat people in the past like we're treating them now, and we will be treating them the same way in the future? Now, that's my goal.
Well, I brought forth this motion, excuse me, because people in leadership positions and pastors are held to a higher standard in regards to their code of conduct, their character, and their judgment. For me, this is not about race. It's about a position of leadership. And our city manager has put himself in a situation where his character and his judgment have been called into question. I want to get this solved, as we all do, as quickly as possible, so that this city can move on and hopefully restore the confidence of our citizens in our city government. That's why I'm pursuing it now, even without the investigation.
Further discussion?
And can I speak on something about the HR
Gina?
with the we've had several city managers, and, in the past, that it's up to the city manager to decide. And some of those, you find that each case is handled differently, in the past city managers. One city manager might choose to suspend, for so many days, or just a verbal, written, or a write-up, a final write-up. So it's, it's all depending on that city manager. And like I said, over the years, I kind of looked at that, and it was just pending the city manager's decision. And we've had, I don't know how long BAM's been on, but we've had several, But I went back for about 10 years and looked at that.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No.
Employee manual says, like you said, but when it is the city manager, then evidently there may or may not be anything in there. So at the least, we've got a lot of documents we've got to update.
Most of the verbiage defers it back to the judgment of the city manager. In this case, it is the city manager.
Right, I understand.
The employee manual is kind of moot at this point.
Further discussion? There's a motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Councilman Michael?
Aye.
Councilman Thomas?
No.
Councilman Burns?
Aye.
Councilman Robinson?
Aye.
And Councilman Crutcher?
Okay, motion passes. Is there anything else on the
Yes.
agenda?
Item 6J, appoint a temporary city manager for the duration of the current city manager's absence.
Does someone have a suggestion or a motion on that?
Yes, I do too.
I do too.
I don't know if it's the same.
All right, go ahead. Who was first? Doesn't matter.
I probably said I'd do first. I'd like to make a motion that our treasurer, present treasurer, would be the interim, is that word we're using? Interim city manager for as long as the present city manager is suspended, if that changes. And also will hold the duties of the purchasing agent and any other duties that I might be leaving out, the total duties of the city manager. Mr. Owens.
I'll second that.
Okay, discussion.
Yes, after a long talk with the city treasurer, it appears that it would be a conflict of interest on his part, and it could be an audit finding that he's approving invoices as well as signing checks. So therefore, I don't believe it should be Mr. Owens, and he's here, he can come up and speak on that behalf, because we had a long conversation about it last Friday. And he wanted his name withdrawn from consideration.
He didn't tell me that. Would you speak to it, Mr. Owens? I've talked to him also.
Alan?
Yes, sir, I did, council, I did have some discussions with a couple members of council, most recently Councilwoman Michael, and I know I did talk with Tommy a few weeks ago. The more I looked into it, it appears that it would be a bit of a conflict, because I would be signing checks, even though they're countersigned, but I would be signing off on purchase orders, so I felt like it would be in the best interest to withdraw my name from that opportunity, because the way I look at it, really the way I thought it through is, if I were appointed to be the interim city manager, there really, by all rights, should be an interim treasurer that would have to be appointed for that period of time. So I do think it's best that I withdraw my name from consideration for the 30-day period.
Have you talked to our auditors about that or anything?
No, I did not, Mr. Burns. I did not do that.
So we don't know if it'd be an audit finding or not, basically.
No, but when I look at basic internal control concepts and everything, and I apologize that you and I hadn't had this conversation, because I really was, up to now, I was actually kind of thinking through it till last night. But the more I thought about it, is that I think it would be a violation that would present issues with audit, internal control, and segregation of duties. So, and Councilwoman Michael did have some other names that she has in mind. So,
In light of what he has said, would you like to withdraw your motion, or do you want to vote?
If he's not interested, I sure will withdraw it.
Yep.
I don't want him to do it if he's not interested.
Do we have another motion?
I have one. We need
Okay.
just a break for a minute.
Oh, that's fine.
All right.
But I do have a motion in regards to this matter.
All right, 5 minutes. And let's make it a real 5 minutes.
You're not breaking?
No, it's not for me.
The water's back on, I think, Shannon. It's been off part of the day, but do what you have to do. The water's back on, correct? What happened?
Gina, the next one's very long.
Well, I got the tape, put it on as quick as I can.
What happened to the water?
Oh, I don't know why it was turned off.
I'm gonna
No,
go
it was a
to.
line
big
break.
leak.
Did she say it's gonna be long?
Was it coming into the building?
No, just around the side. In the alley.
It broke, the main line broke. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do what? Okay, the motion has been withdrawn and.
I got 2 minutes, Mayor.
Oh.
I couldn't wait. I'm diabetic, man. When it's time to go, it's time to go. They confusing too.
Shannon, I didn't know you were such an athlete.
I didn't need them. Mr. Mayor, I didn't know. I just thought I was all right. She went a little overboard. She threw some extra in there on me.
She put you in the class with Rodney Davis?
Man, I may have passed him the way she was talking. Had me think, I was like, man, wait a minute.
What year did you play?
93, 92. 90,
What position?
quarterback, safety.
Could you drill it?
But I was throwing 70 yards, man.
Really?
Yeah, about 65, 70. I really was. I think this will get.
And what years did you say?
93 and 92. I was starting.
Well, no, I wasn't. I didn't move here to 2000.
Starting quarterback then. Miss Henry threw some extra on there though.
What year were you born?
74.
Okay, so
Same class as your daughter.
my girls are in high school.
Betsy, yep. I seen them when she was down here the last time.
All right, we're reconvening. Okay, is there another motion?
Yes, I would propose a motion to appoint an interim city manager for the duration of 30 days effective tomorrow, September the 10th. The interim should be a limited part-time position, working 20 hours weekly, capped at 25 hours in case of emergencies, and to be paid $25 an hour. I nominate Barbara Woods as interim city manager.
Is there a second to that motion?
I second.
Councilman Crutcher seconds that motion. Is there discussion?
She do that and they'll planning commission too.
She could temporarily suspend planning commission, but we could look at that and see.
Mr. Hurd?
See, the city manager's not a member of the planning commission, I don't believe, other than ex officio, so they're not voting, they're just there to provide information to the planning committee members if they need it. So I don't see where there'd be a.
But city council or city manager can't be on the industrial board. So I'm just wanting to make sure it's not a conflict there.
I don't believe it is. I can. If it is, then she would simply not, I guess, vote at the next meeting and act as the city manager. And hopefully there'd be a quorum with the other members present.
30 days will be up next week.
It's fast. I mean, I hope this situation gets resolved so we can.
You got any other names? Is that you want to vote that up or down?
Well, that's the motion on the floor and it has a second, so it's further discussion at this point. Is there further discussion?
As long as it's not a conflict, and I like my words to be in the minutes. As long as it's not a conflict, and the city attorney says it's not a conflict, and lets us know, can you let us know by tomorrow for sure?
I can.
Okay.
Further discussion? Call the roll, please.
No. Well,
Oh, somebody else?
if it is a conflict, and we putting him on suspending him tomorrow, it's a conflict, we won't have him. It's a conflict, we won't have a manager.
All Ms. Woods has to do is not vote at the planning commission. That's really would solve this issue. So if Mr. Hutto tells us it's a conflict at the next planning commission meeting, which is next week, she just wouldn't.
She could abstain.
She could be there, but she couldn't vote.
She could abstain.
Yes.
Okay.
Or there's provisions too when you can state the conflict and still vote. I know that's.
As long as Mr. Hutto says it's legal and we can do it, I don't have a problem with it.
Further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Aye.
Councilman Thomas?
Aye.
Councilman Barnes?
Aye.
Councilman Robinson?
Aye.
Councilman Crutcher?
Aye.
Thank you.
Passes.
Any other business?
We have other business, city managers report.
Okay.
All right. The 2 years ago, we had a group of folks interested in the 96 acres of nothing that's out in the industrial park, this rock and a mountain and all of that, which if we'd have sold it, it would have been about a $2.9 million deal. That same group is interested in that property again. Myself and Jennifer and Mr. Hutto have been on the phone with them. We had a Zoom meeting yesterday, maybe Monday. Yeah. They're planning on coming to you guys in the next week or so with another proposal. They pretty much want the same deal that we offered them before. They have the means to tear down that big mountain of rock and stuff. Not just anybody could do it, so. I don't know where I'll be, but I would ask y'all to really consider trying to put that deal together. It's $2.9 million for the city. He's supposed to be getting a proposal together, run it by Mr. Hutto, and then bring something to you guys next month. Not just anybody's gonna come and be able to excavate and do something with that land. Like I say, they have the resources to do it. They want to put some warehousing there, 3 separate buildings. Warehousing is a going thing. We're on the I-65 corridor between Huntsville and Nashville. Everybody in between is looking for warehouse space. So, excuse me, I think that would be a very good benefit to the city. I think we had that 95, 96 acres, 2.9 million. I think it came to about $30,000 an acre. We lost the deal for $500,000 because we wanted $40,000 an acre. I would seriously consider not overpricing that junk out there and missing out on this opportunity.
Council, if I may, but the council set the price of that at $40,000. Yeah, is it the same people that couldn't get financing for the project last time? Do we know that they can get the financing for it this time?
His proposal will tell us everything we need to know.
But that's a lot of people buying hills for different things. Warehouse distribution.
Not that many, Tom.
Well,
That's been sitting there for a long time. They're the only one that's expressed an interest in it.
There, I'm not arguing with, I'm just saying, go up through Lebanon and see those big distribution centers.
They don't have what we have out there. I'm just saying it's an opportunity. That's up to y'all. I'm just giving you the proposal. This coming up, well, no, not this weekend, September 19th through 21st at Rising Glory Farm. That's on Franklin Pike. They're going to have the International Horseback Archery Contest. This is something that's world renowned. It's done in a different country every 5 to 6 years. I think the last time it was in Mongolia, and the time before it was in Hungary. It's never been in the United States. First time it's coming. It's coming to Lewisburg, Tennessee. They bring in these professionals from all around the world that ride horses and shoot at targets while they're riding the horses. The horses are specially trained. They bring them in from all the different states in the United States for the riders to ride. It's free. There's no admission to it. They said they will take donations for parking out there, but I think this is a newsworthy event. Something to this magnitude coming to Lewisburg, Tennessee. September 19th through 21st, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So.
And where at?
Just past
Franklin Pike,
Berlin
just
Store.
past. Yeah.
Just past Berlin Store on the left.
Yeah.
There was a feature on Nashville Public Television. What was it? Wildlife. A few years. What?
It's the Tennessee Wild Side.
Yeah, and they had a feature of the woman who won it and who's going to compete, I guess.
I just think it's something that's very big for the city of Lewisburg. That's publicity, that's attention. This is international. These folks are coming from all over the world, and you're getting horses from all the different states. So, you know, we always hear that nothing's happening in Lewisburg. We're not doing anything. This is something.
Yeah, they came and spoke to Rotary Club on Wednesday,
Mhm.
and they specially trained their horses.
Yes, yes.
To be able to, you know,
And the
do
people,
the,
yes.
the shooting from the horse. And they're gonna have all kinds of, food trucks and everything out there, so
Yes,
it can be a
ma'am.
family event.
I think it's real big, and it's good that the people that train the horses are willing to loan them out for this event. Like I said, they're coming from all over. So you got people that are coming to stay in hotels and stuff, and so it's good for the economy. So very newsworthy. I hope we could get the media down here to report on that. Also, on the 14th, which is this coming Sunday, last year we had what we call a Church One Unity service. It was done at the Marshall County High School football field. I think we did about 10 o'clock that morning. Well, this one is going to be at 4 p.m. at Marshall County High School Gymnasium. Mr. John DeBerry, you've seen him here before. He's been at the Freedom Fest. He was actually here last time when Alan Jackson was here. He was a state representative in the Memphis area for 24, 25 years, 26 years. He's now special advisor to Governor Bill Lee. I think he preached his first sermon when he was 16 years old and been at the same church and hadn't missed a Sunday since then. So
I think it was 9 years old.
he's a very motivational speaker, and that's just an event that I think we should get out and support.
Yeah, he's spoken at Second Avenue Church Place.
Mm-hmm. That's
Couple
something,
times.
that's something positive. We need to
I'm
support
correct on
the
that.
positive.
2 or 3 times we've been there.
That's all I got, unless you got questions for me.
Okay, is Scott Braden here?
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Just a quick recap of the month of August. The police department had 1,281 service calls and 34 new open investigations that were taken in. And again, that's all I've got unless you all have any questions for me.
Well, you've had your hands full on some pretty spectacular
We have.
cases, so appreciate what you do.
Chief, did they find out who the perpetrator was for the ATM robbery?
They've got leads, but no, they do not have a positive identification yet. And we do have a lot of resources that have been assisting with that, but it's been a little trickier than we thought. There's some other things going on with that, so, yeah.
The FBI is involved in that.
TBI and FBI, both.
Did they identify the person at Rock Creek?
Yes, he was identified. It was later, I can give you that information later if you're interested. Yes, he was. We just had to make notification of the family prior to the public release.
Further questions? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, sir.
Drew? Can't hear.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. Fire Department had 113 calls for service last month, 76 medical, and 37 fire-related. We completed 53 annual inspections. We had 2 personnel complete the advanced EMT course and 1 personnel complete the basic EMT course. I think they were all at, may have been 1 at Motlow and 2 at Columbia State, or they may have all been Columbia State. Also, we had a personnel complete the inspector course at Tennessee Fire Codes Academy. It was a 40-hour course and passed their commission certification on that, so we're going through the process of getting their state inspector's license. That gives us 5 on staff total inspectors. And the great news is, I've told y'all for 23 months that our new engine was almost ready. It is ready and in service. It went in service Monday at the West Side Station out at on Mooresville Highway, so it went in service and 45 minutes later ran a call. So we're proud to have it. Thank you all for heading that up for us and letting us get that project done. It's going to be very helpful. And
There was a mix-up on the time, but what was the ceremony consist of?
a push-in ceremony, so it's a dedication to back in the 1800s when fire departments would get back to the station with the horse-drawn carriages. The horses, they reversed, but they didn't have a good steering system in reverse. So they would put the horses in the stables and then they would push the engines back into the bays. So that's a time-honored tradition that they do when you get a new apparatus. The first time you put it in the bay where it's going to serve out of, you push it in. That's what that was all about.
So you was probably 440 horses.
It's a 450 horse, yes.
Yeah.
But it's not because it didn't run. I seen that on Facebook. Somebody said we bought one that didn't run. It's not. It runs great. It runs great. So.
Questions for the chief?
Thank you.
Thank you. Kent, are you here?
No, sir.
No, sir? I recognize your voice.
Oh, all right. Real quick, just give you a heads up, on our apron rehab project that we're looking at, we don't know if that's going to happen before the asphalt plant shut down here in a couple of months or not. It takes a long time this was ARPA money, but it's FAA ARPA money, so don't get excited, Debbie. It's all different. It was drug out forever from the ADO out of Memphis. They finally got it. The state's been saying for 3 months that when they got it, they could breeze right through. Well, yeah. We don't know if we're going to get it back in time yet or not. So hopefully we'll know something here in about 2 weeks. And by next meeting, I can tell you whether we're going to do asphalt before mid-November or whether it be after about the 1st of March. So.
Questions for Kent?
And
Thank
now
you.
he's gone.
Thank you, Kent, for what you do. Jennifer, is you here? Ms. Parrison?
Yes, she did. She gave us your.
All right, thanks, y'all. I just want, y'all have my report in front of you. I just wanted to bring 2 really positive things out of this report to tell y'all about, and they're 2 industries that one of them has opened and had a grand opening. I think a lot of y'all were there. Homestyle Direct opened on August 26th. They had the grand opening then. They provide ready-made meals, mostly for Medicaid and Medicare patients across the country. They have 2 distribution centers. One is here and one is out west. So this one provides about, it says 20,000, but it's actually 200,000 meals a day from the Lewisburg location. They have 40 jobs in Lewisburg, and they plan to ramp up even more than that. So that's very positive. Also, we've talked in the past about ReWorld. They are a recycling company. It's a little bit of different recycling. It's not regular recycling, but they take sort of giant loads from grocery stores and places that haven't sold. They bring them, they recycle them, they shred them, and they turn them into alternative energy. They have signed a lease on the Trison building out in the industrial park. What they do here is they shred it. So they're doing a few modifications on the building, and they should be up and running in the next couple of months. So real positive news. They also are bringing about 25 folks, highly paying jobs, about $35 an hour average. So good news for Lewisburg. Any questions?
Yeah.
Nope. Yep. Nope.
Bring us up to date on Mamma Mia.
Mayor, stop asking me that. I don't know the answer. They're hiring people. I've seen that on Facebook. They're hiring people.
Well, that's big news.
Yeah.
That's good news. And then tell us about the Cajun and the Greek.
I just know what I see on Facebook. The Cajun place looks like it's opening now. I drove by there on my way to the TVA Rural Leadership in Brentwood today, and they had trucks coming in and filling them up with stuff. The Gyro place still looks pretty deserted. They got to sign up. I will do a better job of driving around town and getting that info for you, Mayor.
What about Forward I asked you about last month, the update on West Tennessee?
Blue Oval's doing just fine in West Tennessee. They are opening they've delayed the opening just a little bit, but that's not because of anything that happened in Kentucky. I think it's delayed till sometime next year.
I got some updated information I'll share with you. I think it's 27 and 28.
You might be right. I could have the date wrong.
I'll give you it. Just buzz me off.
I trust you that you're right on that one. All right. Anything else?
The Cajun place is,
Oh, my goodness.
if you're standing in front of the donut place, is to the left, and the Greek place is to the right, and who's running the Greek place is an Egyptian from Cairo, Egypt.
Now, why are you asking me questions that you know the answers to?
Well, I wanted it pointed out.
All right. Anything else?
Anything around the donut shop, I'm interested in.
I'm for
And
all
I'm-
the new independent restaurants.
And
I think
I'm-
it's great.
I'm ready for Mamma Mia.
All right, I'm going back in the closet.
Questions for Jennifer?
No, I'm going back in the closet.
Thank you. Carrie?
We have started the dehumidification project. Yay. Today, the crane was there and they set the dehumidifier, the curb railings, and the curbs and curb railings have been put in. The electricians are there. They were there right before I left, hooking things up. And so that project is underway. We had our community meeting for Jones Park on August 18th at Second Avenue Church of Christ at 5 p.m. Approximately 30 people attended. A water feature was the number one request that the community had. I would like to thank Mayor and BAM for being there, and also Councilman Robinson and Crutcher for being there. To support, not your ward, but thank you for being there to support that. We appreciate you. September 1st, we had the MCHS Softball Labor Day Golf Tournament, and I think that was a huge success. The indoor pool is actually closed for construction. The outdoor pool is open. I'd let you guys know that, I think, last time. We will be opening bids this Thursday at 2 p.m. for the indoor pool resurfacing project. Aerobics room's been painted. We have the contract for the Healthy Built Environments Grant for Harmon Park, and the playground is in the design phase. We are starting a fall into fitness membership drive with cross promotions with local businesses. That's going to be for folks who purchase a membership September 15th through the 29th. It's 10% off, but also they will receive other discounts at these local businesses if they purchase a membership during this time. Some fun stuff. We've got MVP, Maximum Velocity, basketball sign-up start this month. The fall sports have started, football, cheer, and soccer. Approximately 200 youth are participating. The Exploration Station Bridge that was sponsored by Talos and I believe Mayor Bingham has been installed at the Exploration Station. There is a Tennessee Department of Ag Community Tree Planting Grant. It's $20,000 due September 30th that we will be looking to apply for. And then just some other numbers. We sold 4,500 snack bar items. We had 3,427 swimmers from July 1st to the end of August. We sold almost 2,700 soft drinks and 2,145 rounds of golf, 2,047 cart rentals, 982 gymnasium visits. We had 851 transactions for activity fees, 516 fitness room visits, 316 pickleball players, 79 memberships, 64 pro shop items, 50 track visits, 46 golf season tickets, 45 cart storage rentals, 42 room rentals, and 30 racquetball visits. Any questions?
Didn't you have a tournament for the late Mr. Cook?
We did. That was in June. We did have that, and that was a huge success. That money will go toward a golf scholarship for one of the golfers in high school in one of the county schools, whether it's Chapel Hill, Cornsville, or Marshall County.
Questions for Carrie? Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, one last number. We are 12,000 above in revenue above last year. Thanks.
Let's see, is Brandon here? I know he is. What about Michael?
I don't have anything unless y'all have something for me.
Well, I appreciate all you do. You had a big tree down on White Drive in the middle of the night.
Well, yeah, I could tell you about a lot of things we do, but
Well, that was, that had him blocked off there for, what?
yeah, we
how many-
spent about 2.5
several-
hours on that tree getting it removed.
It must have been a big boy.
It was a great big oak tree.
Well, that was in the,
I think we got the call around 7:30, and then we got out there about 7:50. We got the tree removed about 9:30.
yeah, and the police were out there very quickly as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Questions for Brandon? Oh, what, you helped with a major water leak? Here,
I didn't do anything. Water department did most of the work.
but you helped?
Yes.
You're just being modest then, okay.
Yeah, I
all
helped
right.
a little bit. They
That's-
did most of the work, though. They did the hands-on stuff.
Yeah, well, thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
Questions? Okay, Alan?
Okay, just an update on some of the things last month, since the last month's meeting. We finished the closing of fiscal year 2025 and sent the trial balance to our auditors on August 29th, a few days before the deadline per the state comptroller. We prepared the annual One America pension, that's the old pension plan, census data report, and sent it to them so they can work on the actuarial valuation. This is a report that tells us how much we need to pay for next fiscal year, which is very important, obviously, for our budget. They also prepare the annual pension estimates for all the participants, current employees in that plan. Also, last month, that same actuary prepares a valuation for the city's health. They call it the other post-employment benefits. That's the health retiree plan, subsidy plan that the city offers for retirees. So we did get that report in time to actually have the adjustments that were required for that report included in the trial balance that went to the auditors. In the past, that report has been as late as December in certain fiscal years, so that really delayed the audit process. At the same time, talking with that actuary, I asked them if they could tell me what the status was for the same report for the water department. If you remember, that was an audit comment or management comment in the city's audit report last year, and they said that they had received all the information, so they hope to have it completed in October. If that is the case, then that would be on really good time frame for our audit. Last month, August 21st, we received the state approval for the fiscal year 26 budget. So that was good news, so that won't delay anything as far as the capital note authorization that was approved earlier. We have to get approval from the comptroller, and that's one of the things that they need. So that was good news. The last thing is, last week we received the insurance renewal forms from PEP for our property casualty renewal, so we'll start that process and work towards getting our renewal quote for next year. And that's all I got. If you have any questions.
How many new employees have, since it was instituted to get on the Tennessee retirement system? Do you have an approximate number?
Approximately, probably up to close to 50 or so.
Really?
Every month there's some people, you get a couple terminations or, people leaving, going elsewhere, but we get more people. So the older employees that drop off from the old plan, then new employees are automatically it's mandatory, so we're probably up to about 50, I think. I should know, I just did the last month's report today. It had been around 47, but I think we picked up about 3 or 4 new ones, so.
Well, that's good news for the city and the good news for the employee, in my opinion. So I appreciate that, what you and Debbie both do. We really depend on y'all. Questions for Alan?
Okay, thank you.
Have I missed anyone?
Chris.
Oh, Chris! I knew you were here. You spoke earlier.
Yes, sir, I do. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, City Council. I just wanted to talk about some of the permits my department have issued. I have issued 14 land disturbance permits, 5 accessory structure permits, 1 demo permit, and 1 sign permit. We also had 18 code violations this month. 14 are still pending due to grass. Of these 14, 2 have been invoiced and 1 has been put a lien on the property. 1 has closed and 2 violations for motor vehicles and 1 for a fence violation.
What is the current review fee for a subdivision?
It's basically for the preliminary plat and the final plat is $250, then it's $200 per lot.
Okay, can you recall what that was a few years ago?
I would have to look back at the records. I don't know what it was previously.
It was a fraction of that, as I recall. So that's brought in a great deal of revenue.
Correct.
That is greatly needed. I know we raised the firecracker from what, from $55 to
It's about $750.
that's $750. So prior to raising that, we raised about $300. Now, what, $6,000-7,000 was on this last time?
Yeah, I think we had more last time than we've had before.
So that's been a good generator of money that we're grateful for. Any questions for Chris? Appreciate what you do, Chris.
Thank you, sir.
So have I forgotten anybody else? Is there any other business? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Is that Shannon?
Second.
No. Shannon makes the motion. Ronald seconds the motion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. We stand adjourned. Thank you all. Shannon, I wasn't trying to be mean about